we had a machine, we consumed an acre an hour, and it was easy.
It's widely known that we're one of the fastest growing cities.
It was at a scale where it became unwalkable, and so, cars were necessary.
Phoenix is the land of the garage door and the personal car.
The only way you play in any meaningful way in society is if you have an automobile.
How do you create a sustainable community, a city that actually will be here in 150 years?
There are limits. $5 a gallon gas certainly enforces those limits.
We can't continue to do what we're doing.
Now there's a whole team of people who would say people move to Arizona for a single family home, and I would counter by saying that's all we've offered them well.
The quality of life plan has been fine, that we want to be like every other neighborhood. We want to be the same. We want to have the same amenities. We want to have the same recreation.
Restaurants have closed. Our programming has got cut back. All of the arts and cultural institutions have been affected. Independent businesses have been struggling. There isn't the density of people down here anymore to support a lot of what these businesses are struggling with.
Once the nation's fastest growing urban area, the region's population growth has slumped to a stagnant 1%. Over 40,000 people have walked away from their homes, and unemployment is the second worst in the nation. Trends are clearly changing, and local leadership is taking another look at assumptions made in past decades that currently define our quality of life today.
To try to build farther and farther out in bigger and bigger cities has a huge cost to it. Fuel costs are now driving some people out of their homes. It's not that they can't afford their home payment, they can't afford their home payment and the cost of the transportation it takes to get to their jobs. It's a huge cost to an individual, their lifestyle, and their family.
A major strategy on how to address these challenges involves utilizing the region's new light rail system, along with the TOD model, or transit-oriented development, which suggests that instead of building a city for automobiles, urban centers should be built on the human scale.
What we have constructed initially are the opportunity for people to have a real urban experience.
You could live in Mesa, take a class in downtown Tempe, and have dinner and go to a sporting event in downtown Phoenix and never get in a car.
Light rail provides the opportunity now to make sure that not only does it supply transportation for wealthy people who happen to live in condos in a very urbanized environment, but it also gives us the opportunity to provide services to our community members who otherwise can't afford an automobile or transportation.
You're starting to see mixed use that will incorporate everything so that in theory, if you never wanted to leave your neighborhood, you can do shopping, you can do sports, you can do cultural, you can do living, you can do business, all within the same couple of blocks.
The ability to live without an automobile, if one chooses to do so, use that as the means to support families, rather than writing more checks and providing greater welfare.
Equally as important is creating more conversation in the planning process, allowing residents and business owners to make better informed decisions in the development of their communities.
If the planning is done up front and it's properly planned. The beauty of the type of urban development that you can create around transit is that it does attract a wide range of people, which means that there are a wide range of opportunities to be had. And as we grow as a community, we're not going to be able to grow out much further. We are going to become more urbanized as a metro area. People will want to live in closer to the action. Light rail will be a magnet that will bring people into that action, and there's a large segment of our society and our communities that will want to live there.
An oversupply of master-planned suburban housing in leapfrog developments has left vacant and blighted properties all over the valley, which are now being seen as potential for infill developments to revitalize neighborhoods with homes, parks, shopping, and local schools, closer to transit and other amenities that might sustain a more desirable quality of life.
With Phoenix, Mesa, and Tempe coordinating our efforts, we're much more likely along that entire rail line to do better together.
It isn't about whether it's in Phoenix or Mesa, it's along light rail.
It's not a Republican, a Democrat, a Tea Party, a liberal thing. It's about quality of life.
The system exists, it's functioning, it's successful, and people are just now realizing that the opportunity is real. It's not just a pipe dream.